hope you caught that. Poor Peppers is so tired. Wow, good. Oh man. So dirty. It's always interesting to me when I see all these people like driving around along the sides. It seems like most of the houses here have a lot of dirt road leading up to their driveway. So they're always just like driving around here, but there's all this open space. Like I love this whole area. Then I hope you can hear me because she is sweating. I mean, not sweating, dogs. Well, I don't know if they do or not, but she's panting really hard. Oh. Wait. Shh. I'm gonna have to give her water. I wanted to take a quick little break first and then we'll play a little bit more and then I'll leave because we don't come out here very often, even though I do like coming out here. It really just depends on my mood because it takes 30 minutes to get here. So hopefully there were some good shots of her jumping up to catch the ball because she's so good at doing that. She missed a few today. That was so surprising. I've never seen her miss before actually. I was thinking about how for dogs, you kind of have to teach them to calm down and relax, right? And just chill. I think if you don't teach them that, then they tend to just wander and they just like keep moving around. They don't know how to settle down. So that is definitely true for humans because I would say that I am similar to that where in the past, anytime I've had experiences where I was just lying there doing nothing, either with a boyfriend or a friend, I would just be laying there feeling uncomfortable because I would be thinking that we're not being productive. I would be thinking, what are we doing here? I'm just lying here, not doing anything. I feel weird about it. So even now, there might be times where if I'm just lying there, just doing nothing, I feel like I'm not making good use of my time. But when it comes to like being out in nature and stuff, I would really like it if I could just chill here, just sit or just lay down somewhere and just do nothing. Sometimes I feel like that would be one of the best ways to enjoy nature, which I have not done. And especially times like when we come out here to play fetch, I feel like it's kind of weird for me to play with her for 10-15 minutes until she's exhausted, because she gets exhausted very quickly. She's, exerting herself so hard the entire time, every single time I throw. So it's very short, 10-15 minutes, and she's already tired like this. But to just leave after driving so far, it's not super far, but 30 minutes is quite a big deal for fetch, So to just leave right after she's tired feels kind of not so great. So I was hoping to give her a small break and then go again. But the problem with that is she's so tired that I don't know if a 5-minute break will do that much for her. But I'll give her a couple moments to catch her breath. Oh, Samuel? Milo? No matter how many turns you do, 180 turns, that is not going to change how quickly you get fed or not. Milo? I feel like Sammy's getting a little fat. Milo always had a belly on him. So I'm not sure if I've talked about it in a video yet. I don't think so, but recently, I think for the past month or so, I decided to switch her to once a day feeding instead of twice. So instead of 2 times, half a pound each, I'm just doing 1 pound all at once. Part of the reason is because I feel like it might help with freshness because I just feel like once you open the seal, it's just gonna start not being as fresh. And there were a few times where I would offer her half a pound and she wouldn't even eat any when she has never refused a meal before. So that was a little concerning. And I also read online something about how dogs in the wild, normally they eat once a day because it's dependent on if they get prey or not. So even though I know these are domesticated dogs, I kind of wanted to mimic that whole once a day eating thing. So I decided to do that. It's also so much easier for me cleaning wise. I don't have to clean the bowl twice. I don't have to do the feeding routine with her twice. I just have to do it once and then that's it. So it really helps my morning routine because it makes me spend less time getting ready because I don't have to feed her. I only have to feed her when I get home, which is very nice. We've got some meat on the paper towel. Peppers, look over here. Hey, right here. Dogs don't know when you point at stuff. Peppers, right there. There you go. There you go. Okay, okay. You don't have to lick it to oblivion. Wow, you must ask. Good. Break. Good. Yeah, go ahead. I think she must be quite thirsty. Normally I wash the bowl first and then offer her water because I wanted to fill it up with fresh water. That water's been sitting there since my lunch break, so whatever. She'll drink it all while he's still waiting. Milo, what are you waiting for? Milo, if you plead with me, I will consent. Aww, okay, I do it. I keep my food in here, so I'm gonna do this while holding the camera. This is not actually the food that I feed them right now. I switched to Taste of the Wild, which is a popular brand. And I put the food in this bag because it has a resealable top. And then here we are. I'll probably need to get some more, yeah. But yeah, I haven't really been keeping count as to how much food I'm giving them. I normally would like to give them food only twice a day because there's no reason to overfeed. I am not fond of free feeding. I like to give limited amounts so that they don't overeat and stuff. Oh, sorry, Sammy. My strap dangled on his tail and he got startled. But yeah, Sammy just feels kind of fat lately. His stomach is, well, he's not humongous, but when I hold him, his stomach feels heavy. So I think there might be some days where I am forgetting and I'm just feeding them because they're whining at me and they're hungry. Milo doesn't show fatness as easily because he's already fluffy as hell. First day back from Thanksgiving break, and work was kind of a clusterfuck today. So they've been planning to move around, rearrange our desks for some time now, and the main reason is because they want to take space away from everybody's cubicle to fit in more desks. They were rearranging stuff, and over the weekend they were trying to like resize everything and make it so everybody's good to go this week. But seems like things didn't really go as planned. So today when we came in, they were wanting people to sit at temporary desks for a week, and then the week after it will be permanent wherever we end up. It is kind of problematic for some people because they have to set up their computer or they have to set up controllers. Test engineers have to deal with stuff like this, and I don't really understand their work completely to know why they have all of this stuff, but it looks like a lot of tediousness to constantly move around and set up, so I feel bad for them. But luckily it didn't affect me that much because I just have my desktop, 2 monitors, I have monitor arms that the company provided for me, I have my keyboard, and I have very, very few belongings, like very little. I don't really bring much to the office. You know how some people deck out their cubicles with like pictures and pictures and pictures and pictures? I've learned very early on I'm not a picture person, especially not the type to post them in public in terms of like, I have 0 pictures in my home. Zero. I have 0 picture frames. Actually, I lied. I have 1 picture frame, and that is a baby Michelle, and it sits on my desk. Maybe I can show you guys after I go there. I'm just in the kitchen right now because I'm heating my leftovers for dinner, but that's the only picture I have, and I have never really put any pictures into frames before. Back to office talk. Yeah, I didn't have much to move. My temporary desk today would not have been my permanent one, so I was talking with some coworkers this morning, and they were saying how where I would end up would be this one specific area of the office, and the person currently sitting there was just like, you know what, let's trade so you can just sit there because that's most likely where you'll end up. So even though my stuff was already set up, my computer and all of that was plugged in, I just moved all of it this morning and I set it up at the other place. I tried my best to make sure that I could hide as many cables as I could. Even at the office, I don't like it when I have all these cables all over my desk, so I tried to, keep it tidy, and I should be relatively set up now. My current desk is not bad. I'm actually happier about where I'm at now than where I was supposed to be, what they showed me last week. So basically, there's only one entrance to where my desk is, and I basically sit in a way where I'm kind of facing that direction. So I can see when people are coming, and it just gives me more of a feeling of privacy, which is something I really like having. I hate the idea of having my monitors broadcasted to people out in public because I am not the cleanest employee. I like to browse whatever at work. I know that a lot of people probably would look down upon it or think that it's very unsafe, but I've never really cared. I know I'm kind of weird like that. I have definitely opened not safe for work images at work before. I don't know. I've just always been that type of person where I don't care too much about company internet regulations. As long as, my theory is always just as long as people get their work done, who cares what the hell they do in between? Of course, you want to keep it as appropriate as possible, but I always thought like blocking Facebook and blocking Twitter and stuff like that was so stupid. Like, actually, I can't, this is random, but I can't go to the Victoria's Secret website. I've tried before and it doesn't work. So that's one of the ones that are blocked. Or even like I can't download Spotify onto my computer. That one actually bugs me a lot because I love using the computer software's interface compared to using my phone whenever I'm browsing new music. And it would also allow me to discover new music way easier at work if I can just browse through Spotify. When I use Spotify on my phone, I don't like to use it online, so I'm saving data. Yeah, aside from all of that, there has been a lot of moves going on at work, but I do think I'm settled down now, so that's always good.